Our guest is lawyer Osman Kazimov. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. I want to speak about your rights. The article named Lawyer of Lawyer was published in the newspaper recently. Why were you sued? What is the reason? I was sued because I received criminal case for execution in Fizuli District Prosecutor Office. Criminal case was launched against Tural Karimov under the Article 120.1. Deliberate murder is deliberate deprivation of life of other person of the criminal code. Tural Karimov was illegally arrested and taken to Fizuli District Police Department on 30 December 2010. He has been beaten for 5 days. He was obliged to admit murdering person named Aziz Aliyev. Although he was opportunity to provide himself with a lawyer, the lawyer who appointed by state has considered this case. After he gave testimony, he met his wife and brother. Tural Karimov told them that I didn't commit this crime. I should be provided with a lawyer. Then agreement was concluded between us. I was familiarized with the case materials. It was clear for me this crime was not committed by Tural Karimov. After my multiple complaints, the case was sent to Grave Crime Investigation Department at General Prosecutor Office. Attorney Kemal Talibov received the case for execution. On 3 August, Tural Karimov was confronted by police employee Samir Guliyev, who beat him during the investigation at the investigative prison. During the confrontation, it was obvious that a witness was prepared beforehand and taken to confrontation hearing. He was familiarized with testimony. His testimony was not written in protocol originally. There were certain conflicts between Tural Karimov and Samir Guliyev. Regarding this issue, Tural Karimov said that the police employer Samir Guliyev beat him. However, Samir Guliyev said in his testimony he has not beat Tural Karimov. Tural Karimov used inappropriate language against him. I asked the witness regarding injuries in Tural Karimov's body. However, he could not answer my questions because he gave wrong testimony. Kemal Talibov did not write his answer to protocol because we were satisfied with his answer. There were conflicts between Kemal Talibov and Tural because Kemal gave sign to witness how he can give testimony. Tural Karimov was removed from investigation room. When he was removing from investigation room, he told me not to sign testimony without my participation. Why were you sued? Kemal Talibov wrote my notes in the protocol. The next day, the first deputy of General Prosecutor Rustam Subov issued decision to reject my objection. On 5 August, Rustam Subov appealed to bar of lawyers that we allegedly violated demands of law with failure to sign protocol. The same presentation has remained for 6 months unconsidered. Board of the Bar of Lawyers raised the issue regarding me in January 2011. I proved that notes written in the presentation are unfounded and illegal. On 4 February, I was also called to Board of the Bar of Lawyers and they issued decision on expelling me from the Azerbaijan Republic Bar of Lawyers. Court proceedings is underway. Yes, court proceedings is underway. I have demanded the decision made by Board of the Bar of Lawyers for a long time. However, this decision was not given to me. My rights were seriously violated, although submitted written appeal to them. How do you evaluate this action? Grave Crime Investigation Department at General Prosecutor Office issued decision to reject my motion on criminal case on 20 October 2010. It was shown in the decision that protection right was violated by Kemal Talibov. The decision remains in the force. Although the decision remains in the force, it is absurd to submit any presentation on lawyer. It is also disrespect for demands of legislation and court decision. It is politically motivated. How do you assess the court process? There was conflict in court. The representative of the board of the Bar of Lawyers, Altay Muradov, attended the preliminary hearing. Other representative from the board of the Bar of Lawyers, Firuz Guliyev, participated in the hearing held on 1st June. I submitted submitted my objection against lawsuit filed by the Board of the Bar of Lawyers during the preliminary hearing. I submitted numerous documents to court. I proved in my objection letter that lawsuit is completely unfounded. Firuz Guliyev arrived from prosecutor office. He defended position of prosecutor office more than position of the Board of Bar of Lawyers. He said that Tural Karimov committed the crime. I was familiarized with investigation materials. I told him that you were former prosecutor. You cannot know materials of the criminal case. I also said that hearing is held on lawsuit filed against me. Then this person used an inappropriate language against refugees. Also, they charged me with acting against ethics of profession of barrister. They incited over 1 million refugees. Numerous experts and leading lawyers consider that the new reforms should be conducted in the profession of barrister. Which reforms should be carried out in the profession of barrister? Legislation should be improved. Elections were held in the profession of barrister in 2004. Azer Tagiev has been elected as a chairman of the Board of Bar of Lawyers since 2004. Their authorities have been finished since 2009. The organization which their authority has finished can receive lawyers to Board of Bar of Lawyers. They can also expel them from the Board of Bar of Lawyers. It is absolutely illegal. These reforms should be implemented. Serious changes should be implemented in the legislation for being operating of professional barrister independently. I have studied in a course at the Institute for the Professional Barrister in USA. There are special commissions for each state. If you know legislation of the state, they give certificate to you for working as a lawyer. If a person knows legislation and has a legal education, this can work as lawyer. Is there a need to create such institute in Azerbaijan? The Board of Bar of Lawyers is a public organization and also non-governmental organizations. There is need to create such institute. This can be important for the improving of professional barrister. According to existing legislation, there is Commission on Professional Barrister for Lawyers. It is provided in the Article 13 of the law on lawyers and professional barrister. Lawyers take an examination for professional barrister, but they are not allowed to work as lawyer. Which innovations on activity of professional barrister should be there? Lawyers in Western countries are able to conduct alternative investigation. Court recognized this investigation. Lawyers have numerous rights under the law on lawyers and professional barrister, but lawyers don't use their rights. If lawyers use their rights, trials issues objective decision, and they observe demands of law, they can achieve certain improvements. Thank you for coming to our studio. Our guest was lawyer Osman Kazimov. Thank you.